Good morning, students. Today we are going to deal with ELCS, that is the English Language Communication Skills Lab. We have two labs in this. One is Call Lab, that is Computer Assisted Language Learning Lab. The other one is ICS Lab, Interactive Communication Skills Lab. Call Lab is purely meant for improving one's pronunciation because it totally focuses on phonetics of English. The second one, ICS Lab, totally focuses on communication skills, improvement of communication skills. But today we are going to deal with all lab. Let us begin with the very first unit, that is Introduction to Phonetics. We need to understand, first of all, what is phonetic language and what is non-phonetic language. Hope everyone knows one or the other Indian language. If you look at Indian languages, we speak the way we write them and we write the way we speak them. Whereas English cannot be written the way it is spoken or cannot be spoken the way it is written, right? What does it mean? The spellings and pronunciation differ a lot, isn't it? Uh, this is where we understand that English is a non-phonetic language. Hence, we need to learn phonetics of English in order to improve our pronunciation and also improve our communication skills ultimately. So first of all, we'll look at the English alphabet. English alphabet has 26 letters in it, but these letters do not actually play the role of, giving good pronunciation to the words because they do not have though they have their original sound, their their originality is lost when they appear in the word. Hence, we need to learn the phonetics of English. When we look at phonetics of English, there are 44 sounds in English phonetics. Uh, 24 are consonant sounds and 20 are vowel sounds. Again, these vowel sounds are divided into 12 and 8. One is 12 is monophthongs, which are single vowels, and 8 are diphthongs, which are double vowels. Uh, how do we know this? That English has only 44 sounds because Indian International Phonetic Alphabet decides this standard. Okay, decides the sounds of English, and then ultimately the standards of the sounds as well. Right. For the better understanding, I would recommend you to go through the website bbc.co.learning English. So this is the site that I was talking about. You can just look at this. So this is what we know about English, that uh, the standard English comes from Southern British. Right? So this is accepted globally, and hence we need to follow those standards. So in this site, you will get to know the original sounds of English, because she'll deal with each and every sound separately in each video. So you can take out time and go through these sites. But before that, we'll look at our PPT. Here we have these consonant sounds. Let me make it clear to you that sounds have symbols. Symbols actually represent the sounds. Hence, we need to get thorough with the sounds and symbols simultaneously. Uh, Let me make it clear to you one more thing, that symbols appear in the slanted lines, and they also appear in the slanted lines when they are in the words. Okay, when they are written in the words in a symbolic form, they appear in the slanted lines. Right. So when we represent a sound with a symbol, it is necessary that we need to check it properly, because every symbol has its standard appearance. We cannot change the symbol. Some symbols appear to be just like the letters of English alphabet, but we need not get confused. We have to practice them just like symbols, not like letters. What is the difference between two? Let us just see here. Letters can be written in three different ways. For example, we call this a capital letter P. I'm taking P as an example. Then we have some cursive writing kind of thing. This is a cursive writing that we usually practice. As I said already, this is a capital letter P. Then we have cursive writing. This is P again. Then we write as a small letter P, right? These are the three ways of writing English letters. But sounds are quite different. We cannot get confused with sounds and symbols. Symbols and the letters. Okay. So we'll just see what they are like. Yeah. Here you might get confused that we've taken the example of the sound, the letter P, and here the sound, the symbol for the sound P appears just like P, but you need not get confused at all, because the word pin appears in standard lines. Hence, we understand that it is a phonetic transcription of the sound, the word pin, right? So, what does it mean when phonetic transcription appears in slanted lines? It means that it is a symbolic form of the given word or given symbol. For example, if I write P in a symbolic form, then I'm going to represent it in the slanted lines. Hence, if you look at the word pin, it also appears in the slanted lines, right? So here the symbol P is highlighted in red. It means that it is a symbol for sound P, and it appears in the initial stage of the word. pin, right? Yeah, it can be clear for you if you look at the next word, b, which appears in the word bad. Here you can understand that this is a symbolic representation of the word bad, right? There are three sounds in the word bad. One is b, the other one is a, which is a vowel sound. The third one is d, which is a consonant sound again, and this symbol stands for the sound d, right? It is just like D, but it is not actually D, right? It is the symbol for the sound D. Hence, it appears in the slanted lines. When we represent a symbol or a word in a symbolic form, when we represent a sound of a single uh, when we represent a single sound or a word in a symbolic form, we call it as a phonetic transcription. So whenever you see a phonetic transcription or symbolic representation of a sound or a word, it means that it is whenever it appears in a slanted line, it means that it is a phonetic transcription of the given word or a sound, right? So also you can see here tin, right? So t, e, and n. These are the three sounds in tin. So we need to learn how to segregate these sounds in the word, right? Next we have dog. The sound is d, and there are three sounds in dog. One is d, o, and g. Okay, these are the three sounds, and you can see the symbolic representation of these three sounds in slanted lines. We call this symbolic representation as phonetic transcription, right? Similarly, we have other sounds as well. So this site, bbc.co.uk Learning English, will help you learn all these sounds thoroughly, okay? Thoroughly and exactly, right? You need to have some patience to listen to these sounds and practice them several times individually and also in the words. Okay? So these are the 24 consonant sounds that we have. Next is vowel sounds. Vowel sounds are 8. We call them as monophthongs, the single vowels, right? You can just see E, U, A, O, O, and O. These are 12 single vowels, right? So you have the words these are the words which have been given for better understanding. These also have to appear in the slanted lines when they represent the word in the symbolic form, right? Uh, for example, let us understand how many sounds are there in sheep. Okay, so sh, e, and p. These are the three sounds which are in sheep. The word sheep. We can give the symbolic representation of these words. One is sh sound. If you look at the consonant sounds, this is the one. Okay, so sh sound. Then we have e sound and p sound, right? So already we learned how the p appears as a symbol. So you can just make the phonetic transcription of this word. Similarly, we have ship. You can just see the phonetic transcription of ship here. Okay, sh, e, and p, right? Next is oo sound. Good. Double O is given oo sound, whereas it is giving longer oo sound in shoot, right? See, you can see the difference between double O sound in good and double O sound in shoot, right? So same combination but different sounds. So this is where we understand that English is a non-phonetic language, right? So also here we have bed. Actually, in yeah. So E actually is the symbol, for the sound A, which appears in the word bed, right? When we write as a word, E appears in the middle. So also that A sound appears in the middle. So you should also know the place of the sound, okay? Whether initially, medially, or finally. Okay, where does the sound appear? Here A appears in the middle. Next, you should not get confused with the letter and the sound, right? Though symbolic representation of the word bed is not given here, uh, we can make it possible to write the symbolic representation. That is B, A, and D. Next, we have teacher. Similarly, where the sound is O, the combination here is E and R. In this place, the sound appears, right? That is because in British English, the standard Southern British English, R is not pronounced, okay, or it can be pronounced before vowel sounds when it appears in the sentence. Next, we have bird, door. Next, cat, a sound, os, a sound, a sound, and on sound, o sound. Okay, these are the monophthongs that we have. Next, we have diphthongs. Diphthongs are the double vowels. For example, this one is ear, air, sorry, a, poor, oi, ow, air, I, ow. These are the diphthongs. The practice can be done from this site called bbc.co.uk, Learning English pronunciation part. Let us just have a look at these videos. Let us just see one or two sounds so that you'll get an idea about how to learn these. Let us just take this sound, long vowel sound. Yeah, this is how one can learn better pronunciation by following the videos and learning along with her. So let us see a few transcriptions here. So we have symbolic IPA, as I already said, International Phonetic Alphabet. These are the IPA symbols. As we say, standard symbols, as we talked about dollar, pound, or rupee symbol. So also we have IPA symbols for standard pronunciations. Okay. So these are the vowel sounds and vowel sound, symbolic representation of the vowel sounds. As you can see, they appear in the slanted lines. These are the words where these sounds appear. Hence, we need to, hence it becomes easier for us to remember these sounds, right? So these are simple words which have been given in order to remember them. Next one is we see phonetic transcription, as we spoke about the symbolic representation of the given sound or word. Here we have words, so these are the symbolic representations of these words, right? So you have 12 symbols and then 12 words and 12 phonetic transcriptions. Please learn them thoroughly so that you can become perfect in your pronunciation. These are the diphthongs. Here we have words and their phonetic representation. Okay. Next we have similarly the consonantal sounds. We have all the 24 consonant sounds with initial, medial and final position. Let us just see per in uh, per appears in pen in the initial position. It appears in the middle position in the word upper. Then it appears in the final position in the word map. So this is how you should know. You can practice them by writing them down and underlining where they actually appear. Okay, so it's not a big task at all. It is very clear in this chart where these sounds appear, whether they appear initially, medially, or finally. Yeah, we can just see all the 24 sounds are given here. Practice each and every sound uh, from the phonetic transcription by realizing where they appear in the in the words given here, so that you can become thorough with your learning. This was about introduction to phonetics. Thank you so much for joining.